The first thing to say is that of course they should consult doctors and take medicine. And lest anybody think, that spiritual people shouldn't do that, of course Buddha himself advised on medicine, and in fact they're the medical tantras. And from Vajrayana point of view, Buddha manifested in the form of medicine Buddha, the great healer. So medicine is useful, of course, and it's a bodhisattva activity to compassionate activity to provide medicine for others. So first be pragmatic and practical. Now, then, as regards this discomfort and suffering that sickness usually brings, whether or not one is taking medicine, and also sometimes some of the suffering is due to the medicine being a necessary but quite painful experience for a while. Well, one has two options, doesn't one? One can close down and shrink down and feel sorry for oneself. In other words, exacerbate one's self-pity and self-clinging, as egoism. Or one can think, well, what does this give me in terms of what can I do with this? What can I do with this situation? How can I avoid falling into that negativity, which incidentally will make the suffering much worse, because the more self-pity one has, the more it intensifies the actual discomfort. If one's feeling a physical discomfort or mental discomfort, it's exacerbated by feeling sorry for oneself and shrinking and so on in response to it. So once you think, what does this offer me? So the first thing it offers, of course, the opportunity to have that wonderful quality of patience, of being able to dig into one's resources and find one can still maintain a calm and unruffled mind. One doesn't need to react with irritation or anger. How? You see, because if we're never tested by difficult situations, we'll never be forced to dig into our resources and find the quality, at least the potential for patience. So even in that way, the sickness or the difficulty, like other difficulties, gives you that opportunity to train in this wonderful quality of patience, upon which so many other qualities depend, like the quality, the ability to love others. In a way, so much depends upon patience, because people are funny. We're colliding with people all the time. We're rubbing up against each other in difficult ways. So we need to overcome that, to remain loving to them and kind to them by patience. For the deep qualities of meditation, calm abiding, insight, we also need patience. So the encounter with sickness is a way to train in patience. But then beyond that, there's an even more profound training opportunity sickness provides, which is, in a way, altruism, which is the sense of, I'm afflicted by this sickness, it's not good, I don't like it, it's painful, but so are others afflicted by this. So rather than think, I'm alien, I'm against the world now, it's just me in my little cave trying to protect myself, I enlarge and think there are others going through the same difficulty as myself. So shouldn't I develop a sensitivity to that? Shouldn't I develop an awareness of their sickness? And if one really has the capacity, one might even be able to think, my sickness, could it be a way in which I could at least mentally make the aspiration that other sickness that is like the one I'm having now, that it be relieved, that it be removed, that my sickness might be in a way, at least emotionally, a magnet by which I aspire to draw the negative forces of sickness afflicting others, particularly sickness like the one I've got, into me. So in other words, we turn around completely from self-pity and shrinking inwards to enlargement, to altruism, all triggered off by what would otherwise be, at the very least, an interruption, sickness, or worse, an occasion for aggression and negativity towards the world and self-pity. So one turns it completely round and makes it a really powerful part of the path world, of the bodhisattva path. That would be the most amazing thing one could do if one is afflicted by sickness of whatever of whatever type it is. And there are many examples in Buddhist history, no doubt in other histories too, of people who've been able to use their sickness in this enlarging way and become great beings, great heroes by such means. So that's what we should aspire to. We should, now while we're not sick, we should think about this quite often and think and try to, as it were, prepare for if difficulties do arise to me, how I could respond to them in these positive ways. Best of all, of course, in this compassionate way. All this is wrapped up in the teaching known as tonglen, sending and taking.